Chapter 4: The First Demonment. The fall ended in silence. Deagan landed not on rock or flesh but on something brittle. When he stood, shards cracked beneath his feet like broken glass. The air smelled of burnt plastic and blood. Above him, the sky was no longer swirling ash but a void so black it felt like it absorbed light itself. There were no stars, no moon, only darkness so thick it seemed to press against his skin. The ground stretched endlessly in all directions, covered in shattered fragments that reflected twisted images of him, faces distorted, eyes hollow, mouths screaming. Each shard whispered faintly, a chorus of regrets. "You left me. You lied. You killed me." He stepped forward, heart pounding. The shards cracked louder, voices rising as if they were alive. Then the air shifted. The shards trembled, vibrating violently before exploding upward in a spray of black dust. The ground quaked, fissures spreading like spiderwebs. From one of the cracks, something began to rise. At first, it was only smoke. Then the smoke thickened, twisting into a shape, long limbs, clawed hands, a torso riddled with glowing red cracks as if it were burning from within. Its head formed last, stretching unnaturally tall, its mouth splitting too wide, teeth jagged and dripping molten saliva. Its eyes burned white twin holes that pierced through the dark. Deagan stumbled back, breath shaking. The first demon. The creature tilted its head, its bones snapping loudly as it moved. When it spoke, its voice was layered, deep, guttural, and echoing like 100 voices speaking at once. "Deagan." The sound vibrated the air, shaking the shards still stuck in the ground. "Do you remember me?" Deagan froze. The voice was familiar beneath the distortion. It stepped closer, and with each movement, the shards around it melted into black sludge. "You watched me die. You laughed while I drowned." The voice hit him like a blade of ice. No, it can't be." The demon's form shifted, briefly revealing a human face within the smoke, his old friend Riker, the one who had overdosed at a party years ago. Deagan had been there, too drunk to stop him, too cold to care. "You let me rot, Deagan. You fed me poison and you called it fun." The demon lunged. Deagan dove to the side, rolling across the shards. They sliced his skin, pain searing hot through his arms and legs. He scrambled to his feet, panting, as the creature's massive claw slammed into the ground where he had been, sending up a spray of burning debris. It moved faster than he expected, its limbs bending in impossible directions. Another swipe tore through the air, narrowly missing his head. The heat from its claws singed his hair. He ran, the shards cutting deep into his feet. The ground shook as the demon pursued, each step cracking the surface like glass under pressure. Its laughter followed him, deep, cruel, resonant. "You can't run forever." Deagan tripped over a jagged edge, falling hard. The demon was on him in seconds, its claws pinning him to the ground. The heat from its burning veins scorched his skin. He screamed, struggling, but the thing's strength was overwhelming. It leaned close, its molten breath burning his face. "Say it, say you wanted me dead." "No," he shouted, thrashing. "I didn't." "Liar." Its claws dug deeper, tearing at his shoulder. Pain exploded through his body. He howled, adrenaline flooding his veins. Somehow, through sheer will, he wrenched himself free and rolled aside as the demon slammed its claws down, cracking the ground open. The fissure glowed red, heat blasting out like a furnace. Deagan grabbed a jagged shard from the ground, its edges slicing his hand, and drove it into the demon's arm. The thing screeched, its voice shattering the air like glass. It flung him across the field with a single swipe. He crashed into the ground, the impact knocking the air from his lungs. Blood trickled from his mouth as he tried to stand, vision swimming. The demon towered over him, molten cracks blazing brighter now. "You think you can hurt me? You created me." Deagan spat blood, glaring up at it despite the terror. I didn't mean for you to die. I was a coward." The demon froze, its body twitching. The voices in its chest hissed and screamed. "Say it louder." "I was a coward," Deagan shouted, tears burning his eyes. "I should have stopped you. I should have saved you." The demon roared, the cracks in its body exploding with blinding light. It lunged again, but this time, Deagan grabbed the shard embedded in its arm and twisted. The creature screamed, its form destabilizing, melting into black smoke. It collapsed into itself, dissolving into the fissures with one last screech. "We are not done with you." The ground went still. Silence fell. Deagan collapsed to his knees, shaking, blood dripping down his arms. His breaths came in ragged gasps, but through the pain, a flicker of something burned inside him. For the first time, he felt like he had won. But then the cloaked figure's voice drifted through the stillness, cold and amused. "One demon down, 9,000 to go." The ground cracked beneath him, and he fell once more, into deeper darkness. The darkness swallowed him again, but this time it wasn't empty. As he fell, images flared around him like shards of memory, flashes of parties, bottles, fights, and Riker's lifeless eyes staring back at him from a bathroom floor. The memories twisted into grotesque parodies, mouths opening where eyes should be, voices screaming his name. "You left me. You watched me die. You laughed." Deagan clutched his head and screamed, but the voices tore through him, crawling into his bones. The fall felt endless until suddenly. Impact. He crashed onto a blackened floor that cracked and hissed beneath him. This place was different. A vast arena of obsidian stretching in all directions, the walls lined with jagged spikes that dripped molten fire. The sky was a ceiling of swirling red clouds, and from them hung chains, thousands of chains, each one ending in a hook that dripped something dark and burning. The air reeked of blood and sulfur. The ground trembled. From the center of the arena, the demon rose again, but it wasn't the same as before. Its body had grown larger, its molten cracks burning like lava, flames licking from its shoulders. Its face was no longer human at all, but a skeletal mask with empty eye sockets pouring smoke. It let out a roar that split the sky, chains rattling violently. Deagan staggered to his feet, his muscles screaming in protest. "I already killed you." The demon laughed, the sound like molten metal scraping against bone. "You cannot kill what is part of you." The arena's chains came alive, snapping downward like serpents. They lashed toward Deagan, forcing him to dive and roll across the burning floor. Each near miss left the air sizzling with heat. The demon's claws slammed down, missing him by inches. The impact sent waves of fire across the floor, searing his legs. He cried out but forced himself to move, adrenaline pushing him past the pain. He spotted one of the chains stuck into the ground, glowing red-hot. He grabbed it, ignoring the burn ripping through his palms, and yanked it free. The chain whipped through the air like a serpent, its end sparking. The demon charged. Deagan swung the chain with everything he had, the hook at its end slicing across the creature's molten chest. It screamed, stumbling back, the flames inside it flickering wildly. But it wasn't enough. The thing grabbed the chain mid-swing and yanked. Deagan flew forward, crashing hard into the ground. The demon lifted him with one claw, holding him like a toy. The heat was unbearable, his skin blistering. "You are weak, you are nothing." Deagan gasped, forcing the words out. "No, not anymore." With a surge of rage, he wrapped the burning chain around the demon's arm and yanked hard, pulling himself up just enough to slam the hook into its skull. The creature shrieked, thrashing violently, its flames exploding outward. Deagan held on, the heat searing him alive, until the demon's body convulsed and cracked open. The light inside burst out in a blinding flash, and the creature exploded into a cloud of ash and fire. The chains fell silent, the arena trembled then stilled. Deagan collapsed to his knees, smoke rising from his burns. His hands shook as he dropped the chain. His vision blurred, but through the haze, he saw the cloaked figure standing at the edge of the arena. It didn't move, but its presence was suffocating. "You survived, barely." Deagan spat blood. What the hell is this place?" "This is your judgment." "Judgment?" His voice cracked. "You're saying I have to fight things like that forever?" The figure tilted its head. "Not forever. Only until one of two things happens. You wake up or you belong to us." Deagan glared, his chest heaving. "Then I'll fight every damn one of them." The figure's voice was almost a chuckle. "We shall see." The arena floor split beneath him, and once again he was dragged into the red abyss, the figure's final words echoing as he fell. This was only the first.